so I'm going to mute all of you guys. All right, y'all. Well, I am super excited to do our Tuesday night team call. There's so much great stuff going on. And as we are loading the call this evening, I want to go through and just do a little bit of recognition. And I also want to go through some announcements, and then we're going to hop into the call. So the very first thing I want to do right now is celebrate our May top income earners, you guys. This is 16 levels down deep into my organization, which is super fun that corporate was able to gather this for me. But number 1 is Laura Laurie. Number 2 is Jen and Adam Feichter. Number 3 is Kisa Maxwell. Number 4, Kristen Burgess. Number 5, Kristen Ronovic. Number 6, Rachel Mayer. Number 7, Danielle Patterson. You guys know her as Blanca on Facebook. Number 8, Andriana Burbank. Number 9, Melanie Quinlan. Number 10, Mary Ellen. Number 11, Chris Marshall. Number 12, Steve. Number 13, Laura Hannaran. And then 14 and 15 are tied, Jenny Thompson and Paula. You guys, amazing. And this is so fun, you know, when we talk about network marketing, you know, and there's people, top earners in the company, you guys, that make 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 a week, which is amazing, right? In a month, that's amazing. But when I first started, like $100 or $200 a month was a game changer for me, like an extra $25 or $50 a week. And that's what we've got to remember as we're sharing with people. And some of these top earners are making $5,000 to $10,000 a month. But you know what? They all started with one cycle. They all started with $54 a week, and then one cycle consistently every single week. And I just kind of want to remind people of that when you think about their hard work and consistency over 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, that they all started somewhere. So huge congratulations. I also want to celebrate so many people on our team that qualified for the free hotel room in Nashville. Kisa Maxwell, Laura Laurie, Jen and Adam Feichter, Jules, Rachel, Kathy, and myself all earned a free hotel room. So congratulations, you guys, on being top enrollers in the company. If you already have a hotel room, I cannot encourage you enough to gift this away, fill this with team members. You know, I messaged people today, first person to Crystal Manager has a hotel room, you know, first person to 1-star of like my personally enrolled with a deadline. You know, if you already have a hotel room, you already are planning on paying for it. You know, like have new team members go. Like I have a room, like put 6 people in there, get cots, do whatever you've got to take to get people there. But it's the best investment of your time of winning that to give it away. So the last few announcements, you guys, these are just corporate, and then we're going to get into tonight's call. But reserved seating is now available for Celebration. It's $199, and that basically guarantees you a seat in the arena. You don't have to wait in line, and all of the money, 100% of it, is going to the Isagenix Legacy Foundation. There is not a paid live stream this year. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to watch it live. That is not happening. So we've got 2 months to make sure we are getting people to Nashville. They're not going to be a part of this culture and community online like they have in the past. Don't forget about the Amped promo. Dad bod is what you got to put in, up to 15% off the Amped product. There's a new IsaBody video called The Journey, which is awesome. It's a great thing to send to prospects to try to get some of your customers enrolled into IsaBody. And remember that there's no longer scheduled corporate calls. However, there are still leaders recording podcasts. So if you go to isagenixbusiness.com/calls, you can find all of the recorded calls, the like step up to 2-star, elevate to executive, things of that sort. So make sure you're plugging in and plugging your team in. So now that we've covered all of that, I am going to let 2 people kind of take the reins of the call for a minute. And the first person I get to introduce is Chris Marshall. And you guys know Chris Marshall as our like team dad. He's like an ultra runner, super fun, like the most corny but make you laugh jokes, always on deck. I got 2 via text in like the last couple minutes, but he's covering our product spotlight. So I'm going to mute Chris. And if you could teach everybody about Cleanse for Life, I would love it. Chris, you're muted. You know that, right?
Sorry.
Okay.
There we go. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can now.
Awesome. So I want to talk really quickly about Cleanse for Life, but I want to start it with a quick story. One of my good friends in the company came to me a year ago with 5 health symptoms she wanted to get rid of. After 2 cleanse days, one of those was starting to go away, and after her 3rd cleanse day, she had no symptoms at all. She had to actually look back at her list to see what happened. So Cleanse for Life is something really powerful that we do. It's not just a ritual that we do it because Lauren says to do it, but it actually changes our bodies. It changes our metabolism. And look at the name, Cleanse for Life. It's not cleanse for 30 days. So let's talk a little bit about it. Cleanse for Life is a great substance. It's a part of all of our isogenic systems. It was invented to eliminate stubborn fat, because who wants stubborn fat? It nourishes our detox systems because they get overwhelmed by all of the junk in our environment, and it provides antioxidants. It actually has natural cleansing herbs. They're called adaptogenic herbs. They help our body adapt, and it has antioxidant botanicals. If you read the list of ingredients, there's 19 different herbal ingredients. It's really an incredible product because, and I've sat with people who are like nutritionists and said, how much would it cost you to go assemble all these ingredients and make this into something you can take every day? And they can't even come up with a number. We get this every day. So Cleanse for Life, real quick, the original reason for it was our founder was bitten by a brown recluse spider, and he wanted to get toxins out of his body. Now, I'm hoping that none of us have those toxins today, but we get them from our environment. There's 3 ways that Cleanse for Life can help us. We have what's called a daily cleanse. Okay, Paul is saying that Brad is a toxin in her environment. We have the daily cleanse, and we take Cleanse for Life just before bed on an empty stomach. That helps our body restore and rejuvenate while we sleep. Probably what most people do is the 1-day cleanse, where for 24 hours, you're not eating food or shakes, but you're taking Cleanse for Life interspersed with other isogenics approved cleansing snacks to really give your body a chance to detox and not digest. If you want to take that to a 2nd day, it's known as a deep cleanse. It's much more powerful. All the things we want out of cleansing, we get more when we do a 2nd day. And we don't ever do more than 2 days because then our metabolism starts to shut down. But I did a cleanse day yesterday. I had more energy today. I powered through everything I was doing. It's just an incredible part of my weekly routine, and I know for so many on this call, it's a part of your routine too. Hopefully this has been helpful in explaining some of these things to your customers. Really, it is something we should do forever. And that's my story.
So awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for doing that. And you guys, just been sharing about the product spotlight. Like, it's awesome because we all get to learn new things. Like, maybe some of you don't know that the history from John Anderson, was from that toxicity of the spider. Maybe some of you didn't know there was a daily cleanse option. You only know about deep cleansing. So it's always great for a refresher to learn about the products, but now I encourage you to share them. So with our summer shakedown going on, we're doing the 9-day, which is an 11-day. I still don't know why they call it a 9-day, but Wednesday, Thursday, deep cleanses this week and next week. I mean, what a great way to just educate your customers on why they're doing it. And even after the shakedown, why they continue with a daily cleanse or why they continue with maintenance on a deep cleanse, once or twice a month. One of the other ways to really use Cleanse for Life, and Chris covered all of these, is post-workout. Exercise is a really aggressive form of stress on the body. And if you go for a long run or you lift really heavy and you're breaking down that muscle and have free radical damage, like, take an ounce or 2 of Cleanse for Life. It's just a great way to help with muscle recovery as well. So you guys use the cleanse, share the cleanse, make sure people know about it in their lifestyle rewards, and let's have a lot of happy cleansers. So I am having so much fun, you guys, interviewing some rising stars, which is businesses in momentum, because it's so fun for you to just relate to people who are in the journey. And you guys have probably seen that Jules is just crushing it. We're like constantly showing like her double pips. She won Nashville. she's rank advancing, she hit executive. And I messaged her, I said, I want to talk to you a little bit about like what you're doing. And like, Jules didn't get enrolled yesterday. She's been to a lot of events, she's done other launch parties, and just kind of what the shift has been. So Jules, if you could take, just even 30 seconds and talk a little bit about like what's going on right now, like what is like the motivation behind it all. And then I'm going to break down like what does a day look like what are the activities that you're doing that are yielding to all of these enrollments.
Awesome. Hi guys. If you didn't know, I broke my foot 3 months ago. And when something happens like that, you kind of take stock of your life, and there's a lot of thinking that needs to go on, and realizing where you want to go and what you want to do. And I realized that my band and my gig, for those of you that don't know that I'm a country music singer-songwriter, I was playing full time with my band. And I realized that situation has become more of an energy vampire, just sucking the energy out of me. And I just didn't have enough to give back to the people in my life, and to enrich my life. And funny enough, in this process, I lost that job, and I had this light bulb go on, and just realized, I mean, I've known that Isagenix was going to be a part of my future, but didn't really realize, I just had this light bulb that this is part of my testimony, and this is part of my legacy to leave behind. And it just hit me, and I am so fired up, and I've been able to take that energy and pour it into my friends, and pour it into people that I meet, and connections, and just authentically connecting with people, and just using that drive. And it's not about, I think Lauren had posted in our group not too long ago, the Emily Vavra video, that we are about people and not products, you guys. And as soon as you start making those connections with people, of course, they're like, Jules, you're crazy, and I have all this energy, and you're looking super fit, and even though you've been on one foot for 3 months, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's Isagenix. This stuff is amazing. So it's contagious. So that's where I'm coming from, like the posture, and just the 100%, 10 out of 10 belief in the company and the products, and network marketing, and just the posture, and sharing that with others.
I love it. Okay, that's so good. So walk us through, like, if you were to say, like, what are the top 3 things that you're doing right now outside of just meeting with people and like being a walking billboard? Like, how many messages, like how many no's do you think you're getting to these yeses? Or how many events have you done? And like, how many invites did you send out compared to who actually like attended? Like, walk us through what that actually looks like.
So I am absolutely posting every day. I'm trying to do Facebook Lives. I'm trying to do little videos. I'm using voice memos. I'm sending personal invites with voice memos rather than just sending out an invite for an event. I'm trying to be the example for my team, and my team is starting to step up as well. People underneath me that have never been business builders before are starting to step up and see that as well. They're seeing my consistency. So I'm definitely sending a ton of messages, but trying to love on people authentically and just get involved in their life. And yes, that takes time. And a lot of times I end up being a therapist for somebody who's going through something, but I'm finding that like 2 years later, that person that I was a shoulder to cry on 2 years ago, because I reached out and like looked on their Facebook page and saw some things. So just, yes, daily, the Facebook Lives, make sure to post on Facebook and Instagram, and following up, as well as checking in with my cleansers, my current active cleansers, every day. I found that like people tend to like just fall off if you're not kind of on them. And I'm not trying to drag them. I'm just trying to check in with them and just go, hey, State of the Union, what can I do for you today? What do you need? How can I help you? How can I support you today? When are we cleansing? You cleansing tomorrow? Great. I'll do it with you. And just trying to fire people up and get them excited about their own success.
That's awesome. Okay. And then the last question I have for you, how long have you been with Isagenix? That's not the question, but I want people to know.
January 4th, 2016 was my first day of Isagenix.
So like 3.5 years, right? 2.5 years, 3.5 years, 3.5 years. If you were to talk about the compound effect, right? And it's just the things that like, I think sometimes once we've been in Isagenix, we like forget what flows through us, right? Like everything we've read, everything we've heard, every event we've been to, right? And for like the brand new person that's like, what? Like you speak another language, like just talk about like how this has built over the last few years and everything you've learned and like the consistency of these calls or podcasts or events and how it's coming to fruition for you, that this wasn't like, oh, I broke my foot, I need to do this. And in 2 weeks, you became a professional network marketer.
Right. Right. Through the last 3.5 years, I had, I was dabbling. I was doing Isagenix in the pockets of my time. I didn't even know it was a network marketing company when I signed up. I just had an awesome product experience, posted a photo, and then all of a sudden people were like, I want some of that. And I'm like, how do I do this? And that's how my business started, was just sharing it, just like you would a great restaurant that you go to. From that, I absolutely became more active in the pages, just looking when you drop a podcast, hey, everybody listen to this. I listen to it. We all have the time in the bathroom or, while you're doing your makeup or whatever, or driving, that you can throw one of those podcasts in and just get that. The getting to Celebration was a key turning point. I just went because it was in Vegas and was like, yeah, sure, I'll go to Vegas with a bunch of fit Isagenix people. And it was amazing. Like just seeing, everybody, the training is just insane. And then you see these people just killing it. And then you get that sense of, well, I can do this. I can absolutely do this. I have a business degree from USC. I may have been using it to run a band for 20 years, but I have a business degree from USC. Like, I'm boss babe. I can do this. So it's about just listening. But the full thing is that everybody on this team is so unbelievably authentic. And it is about those connections. And you make it it becomes ingrained in you to care about the person that you're connecting with. It becomes ingrained in you to ask them about their lives and to listen and see where they're coming from and care about where they're coming from, because that's what this team does. And instead of having to remind yourself to go, okay, don't prospect this person and don't just think Isagenix, like really you just automatically meet a new person and you're like, hey, how's it going? Like, what do you do? Where are you from? Tell me about your family. Like, what are your goals in life? It becomes a natural connection and people are drawn to that. And, it's kind of I'll have what she's having sort of a thing. And it has grown and grown and grown. And I am a completely different person than I was 3.5 years ago. I was miserable. I was still pretty cool, but I was, I was insomnia and like, I wasn't sleeping well. I was having, we'll say that compliant numbing bouts of stress. I was having, it was awful. Like I knew it was what I was putting in my body. And, since I started Isagenix, it's just gotten better and better and better. And I've gotten a little bit more serious and passionate about this rather than, oh yeah, it's just some shakes that I've been drinking, so it's been a whole evolution.
I love it. I love it. And you guys, I think one of the take home things here outside of her, like going to an event, and like loving the products and her posture is just so much about like caring about the people. And that over 3.5 years, it became more than a weight loss. It became a family, it became a community, right? It became a personal development. It became a legacy. It became, all these things. And as she was consistent and as she learned all this, the way that she connects with people she's not necessarily just seeing a shake. She sees an opportunity. She sees a life-changing gift that she can give someone. So her conversations are so different because every person truly is an opportunity. So thank you, Jules, and thank you, Chris, so much. We're going to go in here with a couple other things I want to chat with you about the call, and then these five simple systems that I've heard before, that I've kind of worked on. I listened to a call earlier today from Audrey and James that I was like, you guys need to listen to this, and I'm kind of pulling some things from. But one of the very first things I wanted to talk about tonight was this idea of just staying consistent through the summer. So there are what we call like harvesting seasons, right? There's planting seasons, there's like watering seasons, like just like your plants, right? Like just like you garden. And there are massive months, and huge months in Isogenics are September, right? At the end of summer, kids are back to school, blah, blah, blah. Another massive month in Isogenics is January. You know, it's like New Year's resolutions, jumpstart, we're all committed. The summer can tend to be slower if you allow it to be, or your business can still grow, because at any given time, someone's ready for a wedding. At any given time, someone's getting ready for a reunion. At any given time, someone's getting ready for a vacation, right? But you have the job to be able to show people how Isogenics is a lifestyle and how Isogenics gets great results without putting people onto a diet, okay? How they can fit this in, how they can go on vacation, have a shake in the morning, but still have cocktails at night, right? They can cleanse when they get home and doing some of that. But I encourage you, by listening to some of the things that Jules done, sending voice memos, being involved in the pages, being a product of the product, you know, reaching out with people, to continue to build your business over the summer, because everything you do in your business shows up 90 days later. And we're in a thread right now for some of the leaders that wanted to set a goal to enroll 20 people in 30 days. And transparently, you know, people like Kisa and my sister are sharing that their business is a momentum right now, but they've been so consistent since New Year's kickoff, where at times their business was not growing, and there are times their business was not a reflection of this. And they were like, oh my God, I called people this week, or I did something. And they said, well, you know what? I took like a 3-month hiatus, right? Or I haven't really been doing this as much for the last few months. And so you're going to ask yourself, you know, come celebration, come September, come October, come November, what did I do right now? All right. And so when the harvesting season comes in September and people are like, naturally, it's ready, it's go time, are they going to think about you? Or are they going to think about me, who posts every single day, who reaches out every single day, who has been, you know, screaming from the billboards about Isogenics every single day? So I want you guys to have fun, and I think you need to make your Isogenics business fun. No one's encouraging you to hide behind a computer, right? 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, and like message people. People are drawn to this if you're having fun with it, if you're excited about it. But here's the thing, Isogenics goes anywhere you go. So start to be creative. Okay, I'm taking the kids to the pool. Then make the amped popsicles in those little OtterBox, like little Ziploc baggies you can get on Amazon. Keep them in your cooler, and when the moms are handing out all kinds of junk, give those out to the kids. Make enough that you can sample to some around you. I mean, I love when I go places, like bringing my computer or bringing a notebook or bringing a book or something that shows my life out loud. So like today, I was sitting at a coffee shop, and I literally just had a personal development women's devotional book that I'm reading and my Isogenic shaker bottle. It brings up conversation. People will say, oh my gosh, I love that book, or oh my gosh, where did you get that book? And you start talking about things like, oh, what's Isogenics? I've seen that before, or something. So just think about where you're going. How can you talk about Isogenics? How can you live your life out loud, that when it's beautiful and you're hiking or you're camping or you're on vacation or whatever it is that you're doing, that this doesn't stop. And I encourage you to have some fun summer socials that are something people want to go to. So on a beautiful day, when someone has been in a cubicle for 8 hours, including an hour or two of commuting time, they don't want to come sit at your house and watch a presentation. They don't. Would you? Heck no. Like when I got into Isogenics and I said, I'm not doing in-home parties, that was because I got invited to things like that. But if someone invites me to a rooftop and tells me the margarita's on me and it's a healthy happy hour and I can have a drink and meet some people and there happens to be a presentation, I would probably go. So like one of the things that I stole from Kisa and Jules, I saw them do a wine and wellness. I'm like, that's awesome. I want to do that. So I teamed up with my sister. We've got a couple girls here in Denver, and we are paying for the first round for everybody, guests and associates. We rented the space, and it's going to be this super fun rooftop wine tasting event, but we get to talk about isogenics. We get to look amazing. We get to feel amazing in our summer clothes, that people just go, oh my gosh, how do I be a part of this community? How do I look like them? How do I talk like them? How do I act like them, or whatever that may be? And so throughout the summer, just stay consistent. Remember that the fruit of the labor has to happen even when it's kind of tough. And in the process of making it fun and being consistent, just stay true to your why. So we all have our long-term why. We all know the deep why, but like, why now? You know, sometimes with like the resets, you know, people have goals that they want to pay off a credit card, or they want to take their kids on vacation. Like, why are you doing isogenics right now? Maybe it's because it's contribution. Maybe it's because, you know, you're a teacher and your income, you know, over the summer months is going to be so much greater because of isogenics. How many other teachers do you know out there that are looking for that? You know, maybe it is family vacations you want to go on, whatever it may be. Like, why are you going to pick up the phone still during the summer months? Why are you going to continue to get on calls? Why are you going to host these events? And that is what keeps you going and going and going. And the last thing I'm going to tell you about this is your team is going to do 100% of what you're not doing, and they're going to do 10% of what you're doing. So if you're a leader, you are setting the tone for your team. You're setting the pace, and you're either sprinting or you're cruising, and that's for you to decide. But I will tell you that corporate's got some great things coming out. There is a new product that is getting launched before celebration. There's Summit Celebration. There are a couple other incentives and contests coming out, that this is not the season to snooze, right? Like for me, like I've never seen Isogenics giving so much and just working so hard that I'm not waiting, right? And I don't encourage you guys to either. I mean, Isogenics is bringing in new energy. They're bringing in the new class. They're bringing in new momentum. They're bringing in new innovation, you know, new people on the corporate side as well. That it's like, this is the time to just stand tall in what you're doing and share the world with it, not cruise, right? Because you're going to come back from celebration and you're going to miss some of that momentum. You're going to miss some of that excitement. So I just really want to encourage you guys to stay in that. I'm organizing two things. You probably have seen the post, but I like to always have the chat with you before you're just like, what is she doing now? Like, you know, like you see the post and you try and like catch up with it, that everybody's on board. One of them is going to be a weekly welcome customer call, and the other is the next Blitz week that's coming up. So let me talk to you about the weekly welcome call. I used to do this and I got away from it because I decided nobody was getting on it. And I have gone back to it for a number of reasons. First of all, if I sense the attention that I'm providing value, and people that are motivated and they want to have a transformation are going to get on it, people are going to get on it. And I encourage you guys to do the same. The number two reason is because we're enrolling people, and I think we're struggling to get some of those welcome calls, you know, done, or the new associate calls done. And I want to be able on that new customer call talk about you share, they share. I want to be able to make sure people are in IsoBody. I want to make sure we talk about the IsoLife app. And then also say something like, if your sponsor has not scheduled the new associate interview, make sure you reach out to them and say, hey, I want to do my new customer interview with you to try and get this going. So starting next week, you guys, on Mondays, every Monday at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, it's going to be like 15 minutes. We're doing a new customer call. And it's like, hey, welcome. Here's how to do a shake day. Here's how to do a cleanse day. Here's the IsoLife app. Register for, you know, the IsoBody challenge, blah, blah, blah. You share, they share. That type of thing. It's very general. It's going to be live. We're not recording these. It's going to be every single Monday. So if you enroll someone from Tuesday to Sunday, hey, Monday, hop on the call. Hey, Monday, make sure you hop on the call. Make sure you put it in your calendar. There's a 15-minute call that we get new customers started on. I am requesting, and you guys, some of you are going to get this message, that I have some leaders stepping up and doing this. I don't want to do it every single Monday, not only because I don't want to do that, but I really want to have other leaders step up and do this. And so hopefully, Laura, it's 7 Mountain Standard Time, 9 Eastern Time. And I have a flyer that's coming out, and there's a thread going out to the top earners, you know, 2, 3-star and above, but basically saying, hey, can we rotate this, you know, like every 6 or 7 weeks? Like, I'll take a week, Jen and Adam take a week, Keisha take a week, blah, blah, blah. And not only because that's fair and we all step up and rise up, but that way people get to hear from different people. The way I say things is different than Laura. The way Keisha says things is different than Rachel, right? And you can just plug your new people in, that we not only have happy cleansers, we have great product transformations. We're not, you know, missing gaps if they didn't see it on Facebook or didn't see the email, and things of that sort. The Blitz week, you guys, we've done these in the past and we haven't done one in a while, but this is like, we all set the intention and we go together. And so I picked the week of June 23rd to June 30th, not because it's my birthday week, but because it's the last week for Grand Cayman. And there's a lot of people that are going for it. It's the end of the month, so it's a pool, end of the month for the pools, people that are playing in the June pools. It's a great way to rank advance for people that want to get into the July or the August pools. And so what does a Blitz week look like? Number one, you're busy. Whatever you're normally doing any other week, you're doing 10 times more of it. So that's more launch parties, that's more calls, that's more three-way calls, that's more ATMs. But between now and then, it's planning that out. So if you are a consultant and you've never cycled, above 2 or 3 times, you're setting the goal for the 5-cycle bonus. I'm hitting it. I'm going to be a paid as consultant the week before. So that means by, June 22nd, that Sunday night, you're a paid as consultant and you're committed to getting 5 cycles by June 30th. Right? If you are someone who's hit 5-cycle bonus and you're going for 1 star, then you need to be a paid as manager the Sunday before. So that means on the 22nd, and we're going for 10 cycles. And right now you need to put that up everywhere. I'm a 1 star with ease. I cycle 10 times with ease. $542 flows to my business account with ease. You need to tell people I'm hitting 1 star on June 30th. Please hold me accountable. Please make sure I work my tail off, and let's do this together. 1 stars to 2 stars, 2 stars to 3 stars, 3 stars to 4 stars, 4 stars to 5 stars. There is a ripple effect. Consultants to managers, managers to directors, directors to executives, but we have time. So there are some of you that you have a recognition rank and your cycles are not there right now. Set the goal to get paid back to your recognition rank. Like, don't have a recognition rank where your business isn't, right? Set this goal, let's do it together. But in order to get there, you've got to lift others up. You are only as successful as you make other people successful. So there's going to be additional contests and incentives from me. I can promise you that. But I want to have you guys spend some time right now looking at your business, declaring what it is, and leaders getting that buy-in from your team. And we're going to go like freaking crazy that week. And I cannot wait to just have so many recognition and rank advancements before then. And I'll also tell you that that's some of the last recognition that will happen before celebration. So like anyone going 3-star, getting the recognition that you're a 6-figure income earner in the, pamphlet, all the top leaders in action, they're going to be recognized in the arena. Right now, Jen and Adam's picture would be on that wall, right? It shows the top 15, they're 12. Like, how awesome is that to have our own team members as top 15 leaders in action in the whole global company? So again, you guys, there is a post in Dreamers in Action. I'm going to make a little event for it, but we're going the 23rd to the 30th that week. So Sunday night, June 30th, the end of the Grand Cayman contest is like, we should just be celebrating rank advancement after rank advancement after rank advancement after rank advancement. And do you guys have questions about that? Or you want me to go through your business and say, who can I rank advance? Who do I get to consultant? Or who do I get to manager? Or how do I hit 1 star? I'd love to map that out, you guys. If you go into Dreamers in Action, our Facebook page, and I Google like ghost cycles, I think, or phantom cycles, there's actually a whole video of me training in Philadelphia, teaching about how to rank advance. And there's another one, if you type in Renee rank advance, there's a training that she did on how to do this, but I'll map it out with you guys. So if you're sitting on a bunch of bank volume and you just need to work on your focus leg or whatever that is, reach out to me privately or reach out to your sponsor, your upline, so you know exactly what you have in place. But all I can tell you is plan this out now. If you on like June 28th are like, okay, I'm going to hit it, you won't, right? So you need to plan your launch parties now. You need to set those goals now. You need to talk to your accountability partners now. You need to figure out who in your team you're rank advancing, et cetera, et cetera. So the last little bit that I'm going to chat with you guys about, 5 simple systems, you guys. And part of this you hear us talk about all the time. And part of us are doing it, but you don't realize that you're doing it. And I listened to this call from James and Audrey today, and they're the youngest millionaires in the company. I've seen Audrey since the very beginning. Like, we both won St. Thomas together years ago. I've seen her growth. I've seen her personal development. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, as she breaks this down, so many of us are doing this, but because we don't have a way to checklist it, right? We don't have a way to say, like, here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3. It's not necessarily duplicative. And you want any single person in your business to not come in and be like, oh my gosh, I can't do what Jules is doing. I can never do that. It's way too hard, right? You want everybody to come in and be like, oh my gosh, that's all she's doing. She makes $2,000 a month and that's it. Like, oh my gosh, I can totally do that, right? And so the 5 steps, number 1 is about what you're attracting. Number 2 is how you connect. Number 3 is the tool you send. Number 4 is the Facebook post or messages you reach out. And number 5 is the 3-way message or the 3-way call. And so I'm going to go through all of these, but literally ask yourself, okay, like, did someone have me do this when I get started? Am I doing this with my new cleansers? Am I doing this with my new business builders? Because it's so simple. It's so simple if we all follow the first 5 steps. So when I think about number 1, who you want to attract, part of this is knowing your avatar, right? The same way, like, Laura and I are not going to date the same type of person. My sister and I are not going to date the same type of person. We are not necessarily going to attract in the same Isagenix person. I mean, does that mean we're absolutely limiting ourselves? No. But if you think about any type of marketing, right? Like Taco Bell's going after a certain person. Burger King is going after a certain person. Jenny Craig is going after a certain person. Like, who's that avatar? So you have to know who are the people that you want to run with? Who are the people that you want to do Isagenix with? And so I know, like, for some of the moms on our team, they're looking for other moms that they can talk about how they had their own, side hustle income, or they were able to have adult conversations while they were home with the kids, right? That is not my avatar, you guys. That's not my life. Like, I don't relate to them. Does that mean I can't help a mom? No, it just means it's not what I'm focused on. I know that Laura Lori has shared that she loves working with some middle-aged women and people that were burnt out from corporate America, but they don't want to retire and they are still driven and they're looking for purpose and they want to find something they're passionate about. That's not my avatar. Does that mean I can't help someone? Of course not, but it's not what I'm focused on. So when I think about, like, me, who do I want to attract? I want fit people. I want motivated people. I want driven people. I want positive people. I want fun people. I want social and energetic people. But here's what you don't want. You don't want to drag people, right? Like, I don't want to beg people to get on this call. There's so many people that message me all day long on Instagram, like, oh my gosh, your life looks amazing. I want to do exactly what you're doing. Okay, get on this call. Of all those people I talked to today, guess how many are on this call? You know what? You don't want it that bad. You want to know what I've done every single week for 6 years? Gotten on calls. If you want this life so bad, get on a call. Like, it's not that hard. But the fact of the matter is I'm in a place that I don't care. If you don't want to get on, I don't need you to enroll. I'm going to go find the person that's going to get on this call without me telling them to get on this call. Do you guys get it? Like, you have to be so clear on who you want to attract. When Jenny sent me something, I listened to it. Jules said if I post something, she listens to it. Like, I want to attract people that are coachable. I want people that are full of integrity. You want to know what I have zero tolerance for? Gossip and drama. I was just writing a blog post, like, right before this call, talking about, like, how to eliminate toxic people from your life. Because if you always have that person full of drama and that person that's always complaining, think about how that shows up in your life. I don't want to attract that business builder, okay? So number 1, who are you attracting, and be the person you want to attract, right? You can't be negative Nancy and hope for a positive Paul. Like, it's just not going to work, right? Number 2, how you connect. You guys, there are so many ways to do this, and this is a skill. But when you are connecting, you want to be authentic. I absolutely think it starts with a compliment. And the best thing you can do is ask questions and just listen. So as people are sharing their story, you're not like, when can I talk about Isagenix? When can I talk about Isagenix? Like you're like literally like a vulture, like ready to pounce and talk about Isagenix. No, what you're doing is listening for the pain points, listening for a place that you can provide a solution. And one of the things that James said on the call that I loved, I was like, hallelujah, as I was listening to it, was that a genuine connection is not a yes, right? A genuine connection is a yes or a no. They're either interested or they're not. They're the people you're looking for or they're not. So when I sit down, and I chat with someone, we go to coffee or whatever, like, what do you do? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? And I say, you know what? I think you'd be great at what I do. Like, I'm looking for people that love helping other people. I'm looking for people that want to design their own days, that want to work on their own schedule, not somebody else's. They go, you know what? That's not for me. Like, I actually kind of like structure and I do better in a 9-to-5. Cool. We made a genuine connection. It's not for everybody. We don't want Isagenix to be for everybody, right? Being a CPA isn't for everybody. Being a personal trainer isn't for everybody. Doing Isagenix isn't for everybody. So if they say no, cool, go for the no and move on. The genuine connection is getting to know them, sharing what you have, and it's either a yes or no. So I meet people all day long, online and offline. The other day, you guys, I told you the story. I was out at the golf course and I liked this girl's shoes. Like, genuinely, I liked her shoes. And the more we talked, I actually liked her. She was so much like me. And I just said to her, you would be perfect at what we do. Like, I can tell that you would thrive in a culture like ours. I would love to tell you what we're up to. Cool. Get the information, right? However it is, you just want to connect. I think a great way to do it is to compliment and ask a question. We could do this whole call on connecting, which I'm not going to do, but that's step number 2. If you're not good at it, learn how to do it. It's a skill, right? Like right now I haven't squatted in like 2 years, right? I remembered how to do it. Right now I'm a little sore. I haven't done it in a while. It's a skill. You're going to build the muscle in the process. Number 3 is send a tool. Again, if they go, I can never talk about the products like Lauren. I could never cast the vision like Adam. You know, I could never do the science like Michelle Bina. I could never like XYZ. They're not going to do it. But if you say, hey, I'm going to send you a quick 5 to 7 minute video that overviews everything. When do you have time to watch it? Then I want to call you and find out what resonated with you about it. Okay. When you use the tools, when they're excited to share, they're going to be able to do this. They're going, oh, I can send that same video. Like anybody can push play. Not everybody can regurgitate our comp plan. Anybody can push play and not everybody can regurgitate the isogenic story. So number 3 is use the tools. So I met that girl, right? We connected. So when I started messaging her and I was like, hey, it's Lauren from the golf course. We chatted a little bit. And I said, do you remember me saying, I think you'd be amazing on our team? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, do you have time to watch a quick video today or tomorrow? She said, yes, right? So I love to, in this call, that James and Audrey basically say they use 3 videos. They always use Mary Evans, the Just Cleanse, to go through the products. And for younger people, they use the Start the Life video that starts with Jackson Parr, like all young people, or they use the Next Entrepreneur that begins with Kathy Coover for a more mature audience, right? So everybody's getting a product video and a business video, either a younger audience or a more mature video. Like, what did you love about the Next Entrepreneur? What part of the Mary Evans video resonated with you? Okay. So use the tools. You guys, people ask me this every time I'm on a panel at an event. What's one thing you wish you could do different in your business that you know now that you didn't know then? It is always the same answer, which is to use the tools. My business was not duplicative at all for about 24 months because I was a know-it-all. Stop knowing it all. Show others how they can know it all. I promise it works. Number 4, so now people are enrolled, right? Getting them to do a Facebook post. Hey, it is absolutely so fun to share with what you're doing with other people. We've got a template that you can use. We're going to tweak and make it your own. But I would love to just help you get this up, help you share with other people, you know, say that you're looking for accountability partners. And when they reply, you're just going to comment. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I'm going to message you. And then you immediately get it into a private message. So this is something that I think we used to be really good at in the beginning, but we've kind of moved away from. And you guys, it's so important. I mean, social media is not dead. It is a free platform for people to announce what they're doing. So I post every single day. 99.9% of people in my social media feed know that I'm doing isogenics. That's okay. But if I enroll a brand new girl from South Carolina, right, they have no idea what she's doing. And if she puts a post up that's like, I am so excited to kick off my 30-day transformation. I've seen so many others succeed. And I'm looking for accountability partners, like who's up for looking and feeling their best. When she puts that up, her entire circle is like, wait, what? What are you doing? What 30-day transformation? Tell me more. You have so much excitement with new people, but they're not going to do it if you're not walking them through it, right? If you're not giving them the template, if you're not encouraging them to do it. Sometimes if people are really timid, you can say, can I make a post? Can I tag you in it? Will you make it public so it shows up? Granted, obviously this is for people who are interested in getting their products paid for, right? Like if they're really that motivated and they want to kick off their business, like this is the next step. This is what we do. Not like, oh, if you want, don't be timid. Like Jules said, have posture. If you want me to mentor you, I need you to be coachable. This is the next step. I have a brand new girl right now who I enrolled for the 3rd time that's begging me to show her how to build this business, right? I want to be debt free. I want to make a lot of money. 2 weeks ago, she enrolled. Guess what has not happened yet? Her Facebook post. I'm like, what do you want? Like, this is the first step. It works. It works. It works. And then from that Facebook post, you guys, step number 5 is a 3-way message or a 3-way call. So Danielle puts her post up, right? She's like, I watched my sister. She looks amazing. It's time for me to get my energy back. I'm looking for accountability partners. Who wants to do this with me? And Kristen's like, way to go, Danielle. What are you doing? And Keith is like, good job, Danielle. Tell me how it goes, right? And Alicia's like, good job, Danielle. I'm so excited for you, right? And everybody's commenting and commenting. Danielle's like, thank you so much. I'm going to private message you. Thank you so much. I'm going to write you. Thank you so much. I'm going to text you. And then Danielle in a private message is like, thank you so much for supporting me. I would love for you to be alongside me in this journey. Thank you so much for supporting me. I would love for you to do this with me. Thank you so much for doing this. I would love an accountability partner. Okay. And then when someone starts saying like, okay, yeah, I want to do it with you. She's like, I'm brand new. I would love to get you on the call with my friend that got me started because I don't know the answers to the questions you have, right? I'm brand new. I would like to introduce you to my good friend so that she can help answer your questions. If the person's too busy, if they're at work, if they have kids, then you go to the ATM. You do the group message. I'm going to put you in a group message. We can do it all via voice memo. So if Danielle's like, hey, Sherry, I'm so glad you reached out on my post. I love that you're going to do this with me. I'm introducing you to Lauren. She's helped a lot of people. I just want to get you the best information. That is step number 5. The last thing that I want to go back to on number 4 with the Facebook post, if people do not have social media, they absolutely hate it and they do not do it. The other thing to insert here is if you were going to start anything new, right? If you were super excited and you were going to start anything new, who would be the first 5 or 10 people you would talk about it with? I need you to message those people and tell them what you're up to. You guys, when I knew I was going to start my nutrition practice, Fuel for Life, I didn't tell everybody. I didn't announce it to everybody. I was afraid I was going to fail. I was young. I was in my early 20s. And I'm like, I'm going to open up my own nutrition practice, right? But I told people like my sister. I told my best friends. I told the guy that was going to build a logo for me, right? I told my parents. Who are the people that you would talk to? Who are the people that you would announce anything to? If you were going to buy a new house, right? If you're shopping for a house, who are the people you're going to talk about? You might not tell the world yet, but you're going to reach out to people. Hey, I'm thinking about looking at a home, right? Who are those people when you make a change and teach them how to send the text message? You as the sponsor, show them what to write. Tell them how to announce to people, hey, I'm super excited. I'm going to do this 30-day system. We've always done things together and I thought about you. I'm looking for accountability. Would you be open to doing it with me? Would you be open to learning more and seeing if this is something you want to do? So you guys, as you see, I can flow through this with ease because I have this conversation all day long and I've been doing isogenics for almost 6 years and I talk about it all day long because I love it. For a brand new person, they probably still are like, wait, what? Huh? What is she talking about? They're going to learn. But as you as leaders, if we all adopt these 5 steps, right? When we've got a brand new person, we've got someone super, super, super excited that they want to build isogenics. And we say, here's what we do. Number 1, who's your avatar? Who are the type of people you like to attract? What are the 5, 10 qualities of the people you would pick if you were the captain of a team and you get to pick your key players? Who are your 5 to 10, qualities? What are the type of people you like to surround yourself with? Let's get clear on who are the business builders that you want into your business. Step number 1, anybody can do that, you guys. And if you haven't done this for yourself, do it for yourself. Number 2, connect. We're going to teach people how to connect, right? How do you reach out to people? How do you genuinely talk to people? You start with a compliment, you end with a question, okay? There is so many trainings on connecting, but that is the step number 2. How are they actually going to talk to other people? Number 3, use a tool. I love Mary Evans for the product and for the business, Next Entrepreneur for a more mature audience, Start Your Life for a younger audience. Get consistent with that. We don't have to overwhelm everybody with the 19,000 videos on Ice and Movie. They're great to have variety, but people aren't going to remember which one. If you use the same videos, your team is going to duplicate. Network marketing is not about doing it all yourself. It's about building a team. It's about having duplication. The more successful you make others is the more successful you will be yourself. Number 4 is the Facebook post or reaching out to the first 5 to 10 people that you would announce anything in your life that happened to, right? If you were pregnant, who would you tell? If you got engaged, who would you tell, right? Whatever those may be. And number 5 is the 3-way message or a 3-way call. You are brand new. You have no idea what you're doing. You need to introduce them to an expert. And if you are someone who has been doing this business all on your own, you go, well, I've been enrolled for 2 years. Why would I do a 3-way call? Because it's called network marketing and we work as a team. We work as a network. I have so many 3-way messages and 3-way calls all the time, you guys. all the time. I've been doing this for 6 years. I teach people how to do this, but for the brand new person, I want them to see what duplicates. And if I share my story, they're kind of like, okay. But if Laura shares her story in there too, they're like, oh, okay. Laura helped me get 3 girls to celebration last week doing group messages because I'm like, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. It's gonna be amazing. But when she goes, yeah, Lauren thought I was crazy. Then she told me, or I thought Lauren was crazy, when she told me to go, but it changed my life. And this is why they perked up, they listened. So you never, ever, ever stop. And your team is going to do what you do. So if you're not doing it, your team is not going to do it. And if you start doing it, your team is going to do it. So you guys, here's how I'm going to wrap it up. Please, please keep your foot on the gas all summer long. Isagenix is launching new products. We're coming out with new contests and promotions. You guys are going to roll over and be so excited when you see what comes out this month, like in the month of June. So keep reaching out, keep connecting, keep posting, keep being excited because the new class, the new wave of energy is rolling in with Isagenix, and we're super excited about it. These are the 5 steps. I cannot encourage you guys enough to learn and perfect them, teach them, and duplicate them. The welcome calls, our new customer kickoff call is going to be every single Monday at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. If you enroll someone, as you're like, do you want chocolate, vanilla, powder, liquid? Hey, by the way, hop on this 15-minute call on Monday night. It's going to walk through your box. It's going to kickstart your transformation. That should be something out of every single one of your mouths. If you type the enrollment, hey, don't forget to get on the welcome call. You guys are going to see the flyer. You can all use it. The Zoom information is on there. Don't forget to get on this. When people start texting you, hey, can I have this? You can say, hey, did you get on the welcome call? Hey, did you listen to the welcome call on Monday night? If you're tired of doing unboxing calls, load the call, right? Load the call and let the leaders do it for you. So that's going to be there for all of you. And last but not least, we are blitzing. We are blitzing June 23rd to June 30th. So that happens to be the week over my 36th birthday. And when I looked at it, 2 people said, that's your birthday week. And I was like, so what? Right? Like my birthday is a day. It's not a week. And I love Isagenix more. So I want to celebrate all of you. I want to celebrate massive, massive momentum. I want to celebrate so many people get into the Grand Caymans. So please set your goal, be audacious, give yourself a stretch goal, and map out who in your team you are rank advancing. You cannot rank advance if you don't rank advance others. So I love you guys. Happy Tuesday. Thank you, Jules and Chris, for being our speakers tonight. We'll see you in a week. Good night, you guys. Bye-bye.